What's up, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free Major League Baseball home run prop show for Monday, April 24th, 2023. Now, just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that like button. Helps us out a ton. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games I love the most, including my daily $19 best bet, check out Pickdawgz.com. Click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. But let's get into the home run prop action for Monday. Had a fantastic weekend of home run prop action. Gave out a fair share of props over the weekend, but still managed to hit another couple on Sunday. So now we're up to a run of 9 home run winners in the last 3 days. It's been a nice run of form, and hopefully we're going to be able to keep that up going into a new week of baseball action. Now, before I get started, I want to remind everyone, and I may repeat myself, so forgive me over the course of this video, but these plays are meant to be plays. They're not plays that you dump your whole bankroll onto. They're just plays to have a couple of extra bucks on, and maybe some side action throughout the course of a game, and maybe make a couple bucks if you're betting on the side and you need your player to hit a home run to help you out. Well, then you kill two birds with one stone. So definitely, like I said, plays that I don't implore anyone, I should say, to bet their whole bankroll on. It's your money. You do what you want with it. But my suggestion is do not bet these high risk, high reward plays with a ton of your bankroll. Like I said, they're just meant for little sprinkles here and there. And you can parlay some of them up as well if you choose to do that as well, or even round robin. I've heard people doing that too. The main idea, though, besides me putting on winners for this show, is to show you the betting tools at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Plays, and just how much information they give you, how much help they give you in terms of finding the best possible number, helping you find a book that's giving you the best possible number. And if you don't have that book in your back pocket, well, you can sign up for them. You get a sports book bonus, and it also gives you that advantage that the books can't take away from you, which is the ability to shop lines and find the best possible number, the best possible price for yourself. So we'll definitely go over that over the course of the show. But without further ado, we'll go into our recap of the weekend's results. We started things off on Sunday with Aaron Judge, and Judge went 0 for 4 at the dish. Unfortunately, couldn't cash in for us at plus 210. Again, Judge, you're going to see these I don't want to say low plus money prices, but when you compare him to other guys on the board, plus 210, definitely not as much value as you'd like to see. And especially, when it doesn't come in, unfortunately, for Aaron Judge, like it didn't on Sunday, excuse me. So it's okay. These days happen, but Judge will still, obviously, we'll get our value with him. We'll get his fair share of home runs over the course of the season. And then we went to this matchup between Tampa Bay and the White Sox, and Yandy Diaz couldn't hit a home run, 1 for 4 with an RBI, but no homer. Brandon Lowe also went 0 for 4 at the dish. That was Josh Lowe. He did not play. But Brandon Lowe went 0 for 4 at the dish. Couldn't cash in that plus 425. And then we went to the matchup between the Braves and the Astros. And Ronald Acuna Jr. Couldn't hit a home run at plus 310. I was looking for him there. He went 1 for 3. Didn't have a home run in the game though. And Matt Olson, a rare 0 for 3 day at the dish with how well he's been hitting this season. But while that sounds bleak, at least for the first start of the home run prop show, we definitely finished strong. You had Mike Trout, who had a monster day for the Angels, went hit for plus 220, went 3 for 4 with a home run. Hunter Renfroe, the value play in that game, couldn't cash for us at plus 370. But we also caught Shohei Ohtani at plus 300. He went 2 for 3 with a home run, and also went back to back off of Mike Trout late in that game. So all of a sudden you go from hitting none to hitting 2 in quick succession, and I'm not going to complain. That puts us into at least a little bit of profit, or at least a little bit of money back, I should say. And especially if you parlayed Trout and Ohtani up with the same game parlay, you made some nice coin off of that as well. We also closed things out with Pete Alonso to hit a home run at plus 370. Unfortunately, he went 0 for 4. And Brandon Nimmo, our value play of the day, went 0 for 4 as well. But he did have an RBI, but unfortunately, obviously, no home run for Nimmo in that regard. Now, like I said, these days are going to happen. For me, the main goal with these home run props is that, we just try to, hit enough that we make the money back. Anything else on top of that is just pure profit, cover off our bets for the day, and then go for profit after that. Like I said, I've seen people round robin them, and if that is within your means, by all means, do whatever you want to do. I'm not here to tell people, how to manage their bankroll or to how to spend their money. You do with it what you will. I'm just here to give you the plays that I'm going to have a couple of bucks on a day's worth of action, and and try to point you guys in the right direction. We're going to look at a few stacks for today's games, not necessarily plays that I think players that are going to hit a home run in the same game. Like we could have games where we're looking at 3 or 4 hitters from the same game. Don't necessarily expect them all to hit, but if you hit a couple, well, it's going to give you some nice plus money back. And I mean, like I said, if you run same game parlays, if that's your jam, I mean, it's definitely worth sprinkling a couple bucks on, especially with one of these games that I'm going to look at. I've got honorable mentions for a couple of games as well, plays that maybe I couldn't find official plays on or feel comfortable enough with an angle, but play almost like a lean when we're giving out leans on our live shows or in our videos. Plays that I kind of like, but it's just hard for me to get there with some of them. So you'll see what I mean as we sort of move along. But anyways, we'll get into the action for Monday's plays, and we're starting things off here with the matchup between the Baltimore Orioles and the Boston Red Sox. And I'm going to roll with a familiar face for our home run prop videos. I'm going to go with Ryan Mountcastle here to hit a home run at plus 500. I just think this is fantastic value for Mountcastle. He's the lefty whisperer. I've called him that. He's hitting .320 with 4 home runs against left-handed pitching, including a home run against Sale in the first meeting these two teams this season at Fenway. At Camden Yards, he's hitting .375 against lefties with a pair of home runs. Chris Sale, he also gave up 3 dingers in his first start against Baltimore this season. He's also in the bottom 16% of pitchers in terms of barrel rate allowed, while Mountcastle leads the Orioles in hard hit percentage, second in barrel rate. So I think there's great value here with Ryan Mountcastle to hit a home run at plus 500. Also going to look at Austin Hayes to hit a home run at plus 600. Another Oriole that homered off of Sale in that first meeting at Fenway. He has great career numbers against Sale, 5 for 13 with 3 home runs in his career. Hayes leads the Orioles in barrel rate this season, and while his percentage against lefties isn't as good as Mountcastle, I believe he's hitting around .225, the matchup history for me is enough to look at the value here. So I'm going to roll with Austin Hayes to hit a home run at plus 600. And then we're also going to switch dugouts here. We're going to stick to the same game, but I'm going to go with what may be a more obvious pick given these two teams. But I'm going to roll with Rafael Devers to hit a home run at plus 410. I think this is great value on Devers as well. He leads Boston in hard hit percentage and barrel rate. He's also blasting 5 home runs against right-handed pitching this season with a 280 batting average as well. And on the road, he's hitting .313 against right-handed pitching with 3 home runs. And Devers, in his career, has 10 home runs at Camden Yards, the most of any visiting ballpark. Now, Dean Kramer, he's giving up a lot of hard contact in barrels this season. He's in the bottom 23% of pitchers in terms of barrel rate allowed. And he's looking more and more like 2021 Dean Kramer that went winless with an ERA around 7, and not 2022 Dean Kramer that went, I believe it was 6 and 7 with an ERA closer to 3. So I think great value here on Rafael Devers. So give me Devers to hit a home run at plus 410. And the last play for this game, last official play for this game, Alex Verdugo to hit a home run at plus 700. He has the most batted balls in play on the Red Sox this season, and in that regard, he would be second on the team in hard hit percentage. Now, Verdugo, he also homered against Kramer in the first meeting this season. He's hitting .373 with 3 home runs and 7 extra base hits against righties this season, including a .300 average with a home run on the road against righties. I think, like I said, supreme value with Verdugo here at plus 700. You hit one of these 4, you're covering your bets for all these games. You're putting all 4 in at the same unit size. Like I said, you're going to get some nice plus money back with one of these. Like I said, Verdugo, like I said, great value here. Honorable mention for me for Cedric Mullins in this Red Sox Orioles game. He homered against Chris Sale as well. Homered in 2 of his first 3 meetings with the Sox this season. But just his current form, I don't like rolling with guys technically because they're due. You'll very rarely hear me sort of resort to that reasoning and that mindset. But it occasionally happens. I just couldn't get there with Mullins for this game. But again, I would lean towards maybe Cedric Mullins if you're looking for another guy outside of those 4. Now, I want to sort of refresh everyone's memory again. If this is your first time watching the home run prop video, or even, if you're still not familiar with these terms, you're going to hear me mention barrel rate a lot. And barrel rate is important. I think one of the most important metrics when we're looking at home run props, because the barrel zone is sort of that sweet spot when you're looking at what is going to be the most likely batted ball to leave the park for a home run. And the barrel zone, sort of that perfect little launch angle area right off the bat, and the perfect sort of exit velocity, the speed where the ball's coming off of the bat. And when I say barrels, any any batted ball that falls into that barrel zone counts towards the percentage. And 45% of barrels lost in 2022 went for home runs. So, like I said, you're looking at basically a metric that's giving you insight on what could be a home run, well, at least what looks to be a home run in at least 50% of the balls that have been, or almost 50% of the balls that have been hit in sort of in that region last year. So any edge you can find like that that's going to help, just give you that little bit of extra advantage or extra sort of reasoning to back a heavy plus money play, it's definitely something good to have in your back pocket. You also hear me mention hard hit percentage as well. That's just how hard guys are hitting the ball out of the box. Exit velocity is definitely a key metric as well. Just how fast the ball is coming off of the bat. But barrel rate, I think, is the most important when you're looking at home run props, and that goes both ways for pitchers pitchers, how many barrels they're giving up, and for pitchers of batters of how many barrels they're producing in percentage, or in relation to the percentage of at bats that they've got. But again, enough of my yapping. Just kind of wanted to fill everyone in on that. We'll keep moving along to this matchup between the Blue Jays and the Chicago White Sox, and I'm gonna again go with a couple familiar faces. You're not gonna hear me retread a ton of names. Just so happens that we're still early on in the season, still about 20 games in, and we're still looking for those big enough sample size that maybe we can go a little bit more off the board a little bit. But I'm gonna roll with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. To hit a home run at plus 370. He's homered in 3 of his last 5 games. He's hitting 300 with 4 home runs against right-handed pitching this season. Second on the Blue Jays in hard hit percentage and barrel rate. Now Lance Lynn, he's allowed 6 home runs this year, 3 on the road. And the new ballpark measurements at Rogers Center I don't think get talked about enough. They're built for more home runs. They're built for more offense. And with the fences moved in, it could be a good opportunity for a guy like Vladdy here to hit a home run and get us some value at plus 370. So I'll take Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to hit one at plus 370. We're also going to roll with Matt Chapman to hit a home run at plus 480. I stand by the sentiment that I think Matt Chapman is hitting the ball as well as anyone in the majors this season, leading the Blue Jays in hard hit percentage and barrel rate by a fair margin. He's hitting 300 with 3 homers against right-handed pitching this season. Like I said, Chapman is just absolutely crushing the baseball right now. Wouldn't be surprised if he became, another third baseman for the Toronto Blue Jays, a la Josh Donaldson, to be in the MVP conversation at the end of the season if he can keep this up. So look for Matt Chapman here to hit one at plus 480. And I'm also going to stick with Bo Bichette to hit a home run at plus 650. I just like this spot a lot for Bichette. He's hitting 354 with 3 home runs against righties this season. But at home, he's hitting 471 against right-handed pitching with a home run. So I think if there's a value spot to take a shot on Bichette, could be this one here at plus 650. So yeah, definitely worth looking at the value in this one. And then we're going to move on to our last couple of games here. I'm going to go with another stack. This one going to be from the Angels and A's matchup. And, well, anytime I mention the Angels, you probably can figure who is going to be in that stack. We're going to retread Shohei Ohtani here at plus 375. Now, this was to be expected, but the Angels homered 3 times against Ken Waldichuk in the lone start against them this season, including 1 home run from Ohtani off of Waldichuk. He's got 2 home runs against left-handed pitching this season. He's tops on the Angels in barrel rate as well as second in hard hit percentage. Now, Ken Waldichuk, he's cut down the home runs in recent starts, but I'm not convinced. I mean, he's still tied for second most in the majors. He's allowed 7 home runs this season. So I'm going to roll with Shohei Ohtani to hit another one here at plus 375. Also going to look at Mike Trout to hit a home run here at plus 265. This was I think it's the shortest price on the board for us in terms of home run props, but Mike Trout, same reasoning as Ohtani basically, leads the Angels in hard hit percentage. He's second in barrel rate on the Angels. He's hitting 316 against left-handed pitching, and his lone home run against a lefty came against Waldichuk this season. So gonna roll with Mike Trout at plus 265, and this one's just a percentage play for me here. I'm gonna roll with Hunter Renfroe to hit a home run at plus 270. Now it's not, it feels a little bit strange to see Hunter Renfroe to hit a home run at a shorter price than Shohei Ohtani. But Renfroe is hitting, get this, 529 against lefties this season with a pair of home runs. He's come on strong in a lot of his recent games. I think that this is another solid spot to maybe catch one from Hunter Renfroe, who he seems to be hitting the ball just really consistently for the Angels in a lot of his recent games. So I'm going to roll with Hunter Renfroe here at plus 270. And our last play of the day, our last official play of the day, is going to be a solo play from this Royals and Diamondbacks matchup. I'm going to go with Bobby Witt Jr. to hit a home run at plus 480. Now he's hitting 300 with a pair of home runs versus lefties this season. And Tommy Henry, he struggled for much of last year for Arizona, and in his last 3 starts of the year, I know we're talking about 2022 to 2023, but in his last 3 starts of 2022, Henry gave up 7 home runs, and I think Bobby Witt Jr. could benefit here from the matchup. Not a lot of Royals you'll see on these home run prop videos, just because I don't trust their offense. But Bobby Witt Jr., I think, making his home run prop video debut. Like I said, plus 460. Some solid value here with Witt Jr. So I'll take Bobby Witt Jr. to hit a home run at plus 460. Now, we'll do a quick recap before I give you guys just a couple of extra little angles I was looking at for Monday's action. We started things off with Ryan Mountcastle to hit a home run at plus 500. Then we also went with Austin Hayes to hit a home run in that Red Sox-Orioles matchup at plus 600. We had Rafael Devers to hit a home run at plus 410. We had Alex Verdugo to hit a home run at plus 700, some solid value there. And then we went to the matchup between the Jays and the White Sox. Went with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to hit a home run at plus 370. Matt Chapman to hit a home run at plus 480. Also went with Bo Bichette to hit a home run against the White Sox at plus 650. Then we went to this Angels and A's matchup. We had Shohei Ohtani to hit a home run at plus 375. Mike Trout to hit a home run at plus 265. And Hunter Renfroe. That's Mike Trout. Hunter Renfroe to hit a home run at plus 270. And close things out with Bobby Witt Jr. to hit a home run at plus 460. I talked just before I let you guys go about plays that maybe necessarily didn't make my quote unquote official playlist. There's a couple of honorable mention games that I like in this Monday's card. Just if you're looking for extra leans from me, I love this matchup for the Rays against Jose Urquidy of the Astros. The Rays have been punishing right-handed pitching pretty much all season long. They lead the league in team OPS against righties, lead the league in isolated power against righties. Now, I could have given out 5 or 6 Rays, but I didn't want to have like a 16-game garden. I'm not imploring everyone to play 6 home run props from the same game, but guys that stand out to me, plays that aren't necessarily official, but I like guys like Brandon Lowe, Yandy Diaz, Josh Lowe, and even Randy Arozarena. Josh Lowe is a little bit scary, especially for me, considering he was voided on Sunday. Maybe that just means that he's more likely to play here. Who knows? But that's kind of why I couldn't get a great read on a couple of the Rays, and I just didn't want to give out too many here. But if you're looking for matchups that maybe I didn't mention, I'd take a look at that Rays and Astros matchup. And the other one I like is I really like the matchup for the Giants at home against Jordan Montgomery. He's got a high barrel rate given up this season, but we haven't seen a ton of San Fran at bats against lefties this season. So there's just not enough of a sample size for me there to feel comfortable about finding an angle for the Giants there. But I do like guys like J.D. Davis, Michael Conforto, Wilmer Flores, and even Thairo Estrada for a couple of bucks, and maybe Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt on the other side. But again, nothing official for me in this one. But there you have it, guys. That was your free home run prop show for Monday, April 24th. Now, just a reminder again, if you haven't already, please make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up for us. It really helps us out a ton. It also lets us know that you guys like what we're doing, you like this content, and we can keep producing it for you. And also, make sure you have notifications turned on. That way you get the newest content as soon as it drops. Sometimes I'm able to get these videos out the night before, but in the event that they're not out, they'll come out the next morning, and you want to be able to get these plays in as soon as possible. So make sure you have those notifications turned on so you get notified as soon as this video drops. Also, if you're still looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pickdawgz Premium. And reminder, everyone, please use these betting tools at Sports Chat Place and Pickdawgz. They do the heavy lifting for you. They help you find the best possible number, the best possible price. It's that one advantage that the books can't take away from you is your ability to shop lines. And not only that, if you're looking for other stuff like, trends, if you're a big believer in streaks and trends, we have a betting tool for that. Got a betting tool to find you the best parlay. We have a parlay builder if you're looking to build a specific type of parlay. We have, just profitable teams, player props, they help you find a bunch of different player props, and how often that they hit. These betting tools do the heavy lifting for you in addition to any sort of research that you want to do. So I implore everyone, please check out these betting tools. It's in your best interest to do so, believe me. But thank you so much for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. And we'll see you guys soon. Let's crush the books on Monday.